Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today is a Pan Those Eyeshadows update. So I don't remember what update I'm on. I think number 3 or 4, something like that. We're a few in, and today's isn't as exciting as the past ones have been because I haven't hit pan on any new eyeshadows, but I've made some pretty good progress on a couple of them and I'm ready to share that with you. So before I jump into all of the updates on my eyeshadows that I'm trying to pan, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I typically try to get my videos up at 2 p.m. PST, so definitely make sure to have the bell notification turned on. And now let's hop into this video. So my Pan That Eyeshadows series is a rolling project. I put all of my eyeshadows into a spreadsheet. It is on Google Docs, so that's how I did my spreadsheet. It's on Google Docs, so you guys can look it up. I will link it down below so you guys can see it. But that's how I did my spreadsheet. Once I hit pan on an eyeshadow, I randomly pick a new one and we rotate it that way. This update, we don't have any new eyeshadows to roll in because I haven't successfully hit pan on one yet, but I feel like we're getting pretty close on one. Also, you guys know me, I like to keep track of all of my progress, all of my tallies. So I have a little note card that I lay on my vanity with a pen and I mark every time I use an eyeshadow. I just keep it right next to me when I'm getting ready. And that's how I keep track of it. So I will be telling you guys how many times I used an eyeshadow. Then we can kind of correlate how much it's moved, how much progress we're seeing versus how many times I've used it. Also, before I even jump into this, let me go ahead and throw in the eye looks that I actually did, because for the past, what, 2-3 updates, I've forgotten and they have to be at the very end, randomly thrown in because I keep forgetting. So let's go ahead, let me do the little montage of the eye looks that I did this month, the ones I captured. I didn't take as many pictures this month because I kept forgetting, but I do have a few, so I will put those in right now. With Wii music, of course. So now that the eye look pictures are done, and I didn't forget them this time, now let's just hop into the palettes. So the first palette that I want to talk about is one that's been in since the very beginning, and that's the Picante palette. So this is Karity Picante palette. The shade that we ended up picking was Dune, which is right here. And as you guys are going to see, there's not much progress in this. Now, this is a newer palette, and this one didn't have any sort of dip at all. This was basically a brand new shade when I started this. There's a slight dip starting, which is a little bit discouraging for me just because I try to incorporate this shade in every single eye look, which honestly gets a little annoying after a while. It's been really good for spooky season. October is a really good time to have like a rust mustardy yellow color in most of your looks, so it's been working okay this month, but I know towards Christmas I'm probably going to be so over this color. So I'm really hoping to try make some better progress. There's a slight dip starting, not one that's too noticeable. I don't even know if it's going to show up in the close-ups yet. I can see it in person, but it's very, very faint. Basically, all of these shades, I dig my brush in the same area because I'm trying to, you know, at least expedite the process a little bit. But, you know, still slow going on this one. I ended up using Dune 13 different times this month, so a lot. That's a lot to use one shade, I think, at least, especially for me. I have really bad allergies, so I haven't been wearing as much eye makeup, or at least not heavy eye makeup. So anytime I could incorporate this one, I did. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that one just because I thought it would have better progress, but we're getting there. It's getting there. So the second shade is another one that's been in since the very beginning, and this is the one I feel good about because I really went ham on this one this month, and that's from my e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. We picked, in the first round, we picked the dark brown shade. Oh god, I hate opening this palette. There we go. We picked the dark brown, and I think maybe you guys can even see it from this distance, maybe not. But as you can see, there's a nice dip going. Now, it's a really small dip, and you're probably thinking, what the heck, why does it look like that? So basically, I was using a a liner brush, a really thin brush, and I've been using this shade in my eyebrows. So that's currently what's in my eyebrows right now. It's been in my eyebrows basically all month. And I just use this to kind of darken up parts of my brows because my brows and my hair for some reason don't look like they match. I think my brow pomade is too light for me, which is weird. I haven't dyed my hair or anything, but all of a sudden my hair got dark again. So my hair is really dark right now, minus the few grays that, you know, like to make an appearance every now and again. But for the most part, my hair is pretty dark. So I've been using this shade in my brows to kind of help darken them a little bit more. That's why there's a weird, very small, like pinhole dip almost because of the brush I'm using. But it looks like we're getting kind of close to the bottom. I mean, I really dig in there and then I brush it into my brows in single stroke lines. So I'm hoping another month we should have a little bit of pan showing. I don't know how deep this is, but I feel like we should be pretty close on this one. This shade I ended up using 22 times this month. So like I said, pretty much every time I did my brows is when I used it. So pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this one. I think this one will be done, or not done. This one will have pan in it next month and then we can roll it out. But I'll probably continue using it just because it's been really good in my brows. So at least I found a good use for it and, you know, kind of sped it up a little bit. The third shade is another one that's been in since the very beginning. It's my Persona palette. Originally we picked 2 shades from this. Got one already rolled out, and then this is the one that's still in the project, and it looks like it's getting a slight dip, but not much. So it's the color Chic, which is the like plummy purple. I'm actually wearing that one today. I haven't worn it that much in the last month, unfortunately. I only ended up using this 5 times, and a couple of those times I just used it as like a liner topper just to get some use out of it. But as far as doing full looks, I haven't really done any full looks with it. So not too much progress on that. You can see a slight dip starting, but luckily we've already hit pan on one, so we can kind of see how deep the pans is. And just looking at Seductive versus Chic, we have a long way to go on Chic. So I definitely need to put more work in it. Luckily, I think purple is another good color to have for October and November even. I think again by Christmas I'm gonna be a little bit tired of these shades in particular, but for fall these should be pretty good. So I'm hoping a little bit more progress on Chic happens very soon. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's all up to me. I just need to use it, honestly. So the next shade is one that we pulled in I think 2 updates ago or 1 update ago, and it's from the Urban Decay Born To Run, which is basically my newest palette. It has no dips in it really. It had no like visible wear on it yet, and the shade we picked was Ignite, you know, the millionth bronze shade in this project. So we picked the shade Ignite, and I think you guys can see even from there's a nice sizable dip in it now. I ended up using this one 12 times in the last month, and I think it has some good progress. There was one time where I was using it consistently for 3 days, and what I was doing was I was mixing a silver shade with Ignite, and it's beautiful. It was the silver shade from Colourpop. I think it's called Bells and Whistles or something, but I mixed them together and it made a beautiful like light bronze, and so that's where a lot of the use came, because mixing shadows you have to use a little bit more. So I did use it that way, and I just thought it was really, really pretty. So that kind of got me into mixing shadows again this past month, and I think that's helped me with a lot of these, just get a little bit more use out of them. So that's what I did, and that's why there's a nice dip started now. I don't know how deep these pans are, but Urban Decay I feel like doesn't have the deepest pans. So I feel like after another month or 2, if I use it the same way as I was this past month, I think I should be getting very close to hitting pan, which will be very exciting because for a new palette to have pan in it already will be kind of cool. So that's the update on the Urban Decay shadow. And then the last one, which I forgot to pull that palette. Let me go grab it. Actually, the fact that I forgot to pull this palette should be indicative of how much I used this palette. So in our last update, we pulled in a new shade, and it was from this guy. This is the Alamar Volume 1 palette, and we picked the blue shade. This is Veradero. I only ended up using Veradero 3 times. So as you can see, not much at all, unfortunately. I really thought I would incorporate it more, but it was mainly just coming in as pops of color. I didn't do full on lid colors. I don't really like dark blue on my lid is what I've learned. I think it closes my eye. I'm okay with a dark blue in the crease and like blend it out onto something lighter just because of my eye shape. So I'm having a little bit of an issue figuring out how to wear this other than just a little bit in the outer corner, which is how I used it, because I'm not going to get much wear with it. Now, even though I didn't use it much, you can see where I've been digging my brush in it, so hopefully that's a sign. These are pretty loose, powdery, and like easy to blend, so I'm hoping the pans aren't too deep and I can still manage to hit pan. I think the blue will be nicer around Christmas time actually, because I can do a lot of blue icy looks. but I just need to, you know,
just do it!
And find other ways to use that blue because I'm just not using very much. And then when I'm not using much, I'm not using it at all. So I just need to break out of my comfort zone. So that was the last palette. I guess I'll swatch these for you. I don't really know if swatches will be useful because I didn't pull any new ones and you guys can just look back on the old video, but I'll go ahead and re-swatch all of these for you as well. These are the shades that we're working with currently. Hopefully I can think of some more looks. I just don't want to get bored with like doing the same looks over and over again. I think this month I did a little bit more with graphic liner. I tried to play outside of my comfort zone a little bit more this month, and a lot of these shades weren't incorporated to some of the looks that I did this month. So I just need to be a little bit more vigilant in November, towards the end of October and November. I just need to be a little bit more vigilant on thinking to use these shadows. I mean, they're literally sitting right on my vanity, and I just need to think of more creative ways to get some use out of them. And that, guys, is it. That's the entire update for this month. This is my Pan That Eyeshadow series, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you do like these videos, definitely make sure to hit the thumbs up button or the like button. And if you aren't yet, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you always know when I upload. And hopefully that means I see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!